Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on the Pokemon Present that happened on August the 8th, 2023. So I have to say, to some extent, it's kind of better than the last one because that one, the main feature about it was Pokemon Sleep, and then kind of like a teaser for the DLC, no gameplay. But this time around, there is gameplay for the DLC, but I'll talk about that later. So for this one is, they did not really announce anything new to hype Pokemon fans. But on a different video, I'm going to talk about the situation with the Pokemon Company because you might say, oh man, it's dropping the ball. But you got to keep in mind that Pokemons are for kids. I know for the fans, they grew up, but to some extent, it is for kids, if you know what I mean. This one is what I call a safe presentation. They covered the basis, what people wanted, but there is nothing new. So there's no new rumor about a Unova Legend or a Kanto Legend game. That was one of the rumor. Another rumor was a Unova remix, but you know how it goes. And of course, the elephant in the room is that so far they haven't announced any shape or form a performance patch on Scarlet and Violet. And you might say, who said that? Well, the Nintendo company said that they are working on some sort of patch to fix the performance. Pokemon Company, as of right now, has not addressed it, so we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. And I'll probably talk about that in the end of this video. So with that, let's start with my thoughts of the safe presentation. So first of all, right out of the bat, Pokemon World Championship 2023 is going to be in Yokohama, Japan. They show what it is, and of course, if you follow the YouTube channel, I have to admit they did a cool anime style trailer for what the championships are all about, which is of course Go, the card game, the video game. Also, that they're gonna have a mini series on YouTube all about the Pokemon trading card game. I mean, it is what it is. It's entertaining, maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. And a little bit of Easter egg to some extent. I could be wrong. That a lot of those video game webisode, anime, animation, they are all connected to the video game. And to some extent, the video game itself, well, they're canon to each other. But when it comes to Ash's anime, I did mention it on my main channel that it's two universe. Even Junichi basically said it. But, you know, that's beside the point. But I gotta say, hey, you know, that's kind of interesting what they showed. Of course, after that one is Pokemon Detective Pikachu Return. So they explain what the game is. Yes, it's a sequel to the 3DS game. Does it look good? Well, probably not. It's $50 because it's on the Switch, 1080p HD. But to some extent, the whole point of the Detective Pikachu game, they're story-driven than video games. So it's mostly an interactive movie. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's an amiibo scanning ability. Maybe because I still have that Kaiju Detective Pikachu that I have. So who knows. But overall, they have all the Pokemon all the way to the Galar. Doesn't look like Paldea. It's a continuation of the story. Tim's still looking for his dad. I mean, it is what it is. Would I get it? Maybe the long run. But like I said, if you like a story-driven Pokemon game, chances are this could be the game for you. Of course, they still doing promotion for the Pokemon anime. Of course, if you follow Netflix, Ash's final part of the journey is going to be on September 2023. And then when's Pokemon New Horizon? They just said coming soon. I mean, it's already been promoted too many times, but they just wanted to put it in there. And now comes to the mobile side. So first of all, they're talking about Pokemon Go. And the first thing they talk about is, well, Paldea Pokemon finally going to Pokemon Go. That's fine. Mewtwo's going to be on Pokemon Unite. And then Paldea Pokemon Starter is going to be on Pokemon Cafe. And then Nemona from Scarlet and Violet is going to finally appear in Pokemon Masters EX. They announced two new Virtual Console games, Pokemon related, of course, on their Nintendo Switch Online. First, on the Game Boy side, Pokemon trading card game. There you go. A lot of people like it. It is what it is. And then on the Nintendo 64 side, Pokemon Stadium 2. And of course, for some, they might say, oh, that's great and all, but hey, when's going to be the main Pokemon game? Okay, that's going to be tricky because that well, those Pokemon Game Boy and Game Boy Color, you gotta keep in mind that they are more featured. I don't know if they're gonna do that on the Nintendo Switch Online. There had been rumor, patent, experiment that there's gonna be some sort of connectivity. Who knows? Maybe it's a wait and see. But for now, as of right now, those main Game Boy and Game Boy Color Pokemon game, they're not gonna come. But hey, you never know. I mean, September Nintendo Direct, maybe. February, maybe. I mean, who knows? But you just have to either be patient or accept that they're not gonna come. And then a bit of a minor to Pokemon Sleep, and that when it's on the day of a full moon, you get like more drowsing point when you play Pokemon Sleep. And on my main channel, I am going to give my impression of the Pokemon Sleep, but to some extent, it is not a full-fledged game. If you remember Pokemon Brush, it's sort of something like that, kind of encourage kids to sleep properly, especially adult, but again, it's a different story. But like I said, in Pokemon Sleep, there is a thing called a good sleep day, which when it's a full moon, you get double the drowsing points. And then surprisingly, speaking of another anime short, there's going to be an anime short basically based on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, 3 new students. What's the story about? Who knows? And then speaking of Violet and Scarlet, there's going to be a promotion that you can get Mew, and then later on you can do a Terra raid with Mewtwo. If you want to know about that, links in the description box on their channel. Of course, the main event, they introduce more about the DLC. Area Zero, they kind of explain about the Pokemon in the story. And if you want to know about it, you can watch the video itself. So the gist of it is first, DLC 1, it's all about a Pokemon with a mask. You go to this one place, they celebrate a folk tale, and then of course there are new characters. And then DLC 2, you go to a school that's in the middle of the ocean, but of course apparently it's an underwater terrain academy, and they introduce new Pokemon, new Elite Four, new characters again, and sort of a new feature that you can customize your dorm. And then of course, like I said, new Pokemon, no surprise. So they show 2 new Paradox Pokemon, one based on Gen 2 legendary animal, and then one is Gen 5. And then of course, new evolution Pokemon based on the Galar. So I guess at least new Pokemon. But the sad part is that no matter you add lots of Pokemon, to some extent, you're not going to get the national deck ever. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl has one. In the case with, like, say, the Galar and the Paldea, I don't think they're going to do it anymore. Kind of, well, shit. I mean, the closest one, if you want a national deck, is Pokemon Home. It is what it is. Like I said, the quality, their integrity of Pokemon Company, it's a lot of people do say that they are going down. But to some extent is, again, they're aiming it for kids. That's why there's no performance patch, any announcement. I mean, they already got your money. Like I said, I did finish the game. I had minor bug, didn't really break the game. But it's kind of sad that this company used to be high and almighty. Now they're like, well, we got to bring on the game out. Franchise relationship. Oh, I know Scarlet Violet is running like shit. And like I said, will they do a performance patch? According to Nintendo, they said yes. A lot of rumor insiders said that might not be the case. That what's going to happen is that they might do what Xbox Series XS or PlayStation 5 is doing, and that is that they will improve the performance on the next Nintendo console. So a boost mode, whatever performance mode on it. That's a rumor. No one knows, but you're right. It is sucky right now that this is what's happening, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of shakeup with the Pokemon Company. But like I said, the best thing that they really need to do provide a performance patch on the Switch if they're going to do it, or they're just going to wait for the next Nintendo console, and also a national deck. People wanted it. I know they just don't care because, again, do kids really trying to collect them all? Probably not. Like I said, the Pokemon Company, they aim this for kids to some extent. I know it's kind of sucks, kind of disgusting, but what can you do? Business 101, survival of the fittest. So anyway, my thoughts of the Pokemon presentation. It's a safe one. No new announcement. I don't know what's going on with them right now. Maybe there is a shakeup. Maybe they're waiting for the next Nintendo console. Who knows? Just have to wait and see. So with that, I'll see you guys later.